Today we're going to be talking about the artifact selector tier list. And again, this is all my opinion. It's all up to you. Pick what artifacts you do like. This is just coming from my opinion. I play a lot of Arena. RTA, yeah, enough in my opinion. But again, I'm more of an Arena player. Again, I have top three frames if you're wondering who I am. But again, that's who I am. So let's get right into it. So in S tier, we do have Monk Artifact, which is a AoE defense break with a 50% chance at max limit break. We do have Elberus. Don't really say much about Elberus. It's broken. Wind Rider, very good for Gala, Genua. It's just very good synergy. I do think it's worth having. Even at plus 15, it's enough. It's just like Elberus, where at plus 15, it's absolutely broken to have. Sigurd, I do feel like Sigurd does need a max limit break, but I still think it's worth picking up in my opinion. It's just like Golden Rose in my opinion, but yeah, you get a little bit more HP. And Doctor's Bag could be put in A tier, but personally, I think it's actually really huge to have in my opinion, so I do believe it's definitely nice to have one Doctor's Bag in my personal opinion. It's really good, especially for Dom, Bunny Dom. Mark Artifact, very, very good for a lot of characters, and then Elber's, Wind Rider, and Sigurd. Very good still to this day. Very, very good. Especially with Harsetti out right now. Elberus is still going to be even more broken because a lot of base units now, even more tankier with Elberus. Going to be kind of crazy, right? So A tier right now, we got RNL, Alexis Basket, the Abyssal Crown, Golden Rose. We do have Selene's Artifact, Bloodstone. We do have Reckles, Touch Reckles, in my opinion, mainly for Rift. We do have Flying Artifact, mainly for Cleavers. We do have Bastion of Pelusia. Again, not too shabby as well. It's mainly to give immunity and a fat barrier for the unit in the back. We do have Uber's Tooth, which has seen a lot of worth, especially since Amika came out with her specialty change. Best in slot artifact for Amika. It was a very best in slot artifact for Rimuru as well. The no crit damage Rimuru, just full attack, 2 blow up ammo cans and other stuff as well back then. Still runs now. I still use a full attack Rimuru right now. I still think it's decent. We do have Holy Sack. Come Back Alive Knight, pretty good still. Celestine, I think it's more of a PvE artifact. It's mainly for Bernard, in my personal opinion, for when it comes to Rift. Golden Rose, good. And like I said, it's just like another Sigurd's. Abyssal Crown, very, very good to have, especially with Harsetti. Alexis Basket, mainly for Arbiter Vildred right now. And you could run this on Sid, if you do have a very fast Sid, like a 300 plus Sid. Very, very good to have. Again, this is also for newer players and veterans. Again, Alexis Basket, for newer players, in my opinion, is mainly going to be for Arbiter Vildred. Arbiter Vildred is going to have a... He's definitely going to want this Alexis Basket. So, RNL did get a nerf. It's still great to have again. Selene's Artifact is mainly for a push, mainly for Selene. Some other characters you do want to cheese with. It's not too bad, actually. Bloodstone, in my opinion, is more of a PvE artifact, mainly for Rift, Expeditions, and that's really about it. And maybe Raids. Again, I haven't really touched Raids in forever. That's just because I didn't see the value. Yes, I know you get 88 gear in there, but I just didn't care enough for it. So, again, that's just my opinion. Next is going to be the B tier, where B tier, in my opinion, is... They are not must-haves, but they are nice to really have, in my personal opinion. Now, we do have Song of Stars. It really does help you quite a bit, in my opinion. It does help a bit in increasing your odds to actually beat the run for Hunt specifically. Also good for Katie's as well. It's mainly for Wyvern. You give it Furious, helps you have a higher percentage to clear the run and not fail. Really not too bad. Spirit's Breath, in my opinion, does need a max limit break. Other than that, I am not a fan of Spirit's Breath, in my personal opinion. We do have Idol's Cheer, very, very good to have for PvP content, Ed Acceptor, PvP content, kind of PvE. Is very good for Abyss as well, and Expeditions, Durando, PvP artifact, W the Crescent, PvP. You could do some fun gimmick with that. I like that. Rod of Amaryllis, it's fallen off quite a bit in my personal opinion. It's mainly only for Rift right now that I do use this, but I do think it's worth picking up just to have one of them, right? Also, I am pretty sure Rod, Iron Fan, and there's 2 artifacts that are currently in the powder shop at the current moment that I'm recording this, so do keep that in mind. We do have Teiyu artifact, a little push whenever the enemy does use a non-attack skill. Not that bad, it's like a 15%, 10% push, pretty good. We do have Lua's artifact, stealth, not too shabby. We do have Rise of a Monarch. It did get a buff recently, and it's actually really, really good to have in my personal opinion. Very good, very good. Stella Harper does clear a debuff, but again, it's okay. It's situational at best. We do have Merciless Gauntlet is mainly for Cleavers. We do have Shimmer's Staff. Again, it's just PvE content. I'm really not a fan of Shimmer's Staff and Spirit's Breath, but I do think it does have enough value to actually be put in the B tier, not really in the meh tier, in my personal opinion. Shepherd of the Hollow, very good for BBK as well. But yeah, everything else under it, I would not really recommend grabbing. I will talk about some of them that I think are worth still good, but bit questionable, right? Crown of Glory, very, very good. It's mainly for Arena, in my personal opinion. We do have Misha, was very, very good for Pavel, but with current situations and certain units coming out, Pavel's kind of fallen off, so Misha's kind of in my personal opinion, at the current moment. Circus Fantasia is very, very good, in my opinion, still. You can put on Conqueror Lilius if you really want to, but other than Conqueror Lilius, it's not really other many units you really want to use it with, right? More artifact, pretty decent on Red Lilius if you have still struggle with Lua, but there's just so many other options. Knowledge Sheet is mainly for Arena, Cheese, and but they are still good to have, but I really don't recommend picking them up at all, in my personal opinion. Again, this is my opinion. I'm a Arena nerd here. It's good to cheese with, but after a while, people will find out and yada, 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 right? But these are pretty, they're good, but there's just so many other better options currently at the current moment, right? As the meta stands right now, this is how I see it right now, right? So, also, Snow Crystal, not too shabby. It's actually pretty good. Very good on both shoes, in my opinion. It does give you a critical hit resistance, and it pushes you up when you get hit by non-critical hit. Pretty good. I like it. But again, everything else, I don't think it's worth picking. Time Matters mainly for Vivian. For when it comes to Banshee, Spear of the New Dawn is mainly for Senya. Villager Artifact is mainly for Cleavers, but I would hope and pray you don't pick this. There's just better options here, but if you're a Cleaver and this is what you need, not too shabby. Everything else is kind of whatever, in my personal opinion. Like, it's pretty whatever, right? Fumi Artifact, it's seeing some play, but I don't think it's worth picking over the others, right? But other than that, that is going to be my opinion in terms of the Selector tier list. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Again, this is my opinion. I'm just think this is currently what I think is personally best to pick right now at the current state of the game. Again, if you see this in the future, keep in mind the meta may be different, and there may be more characters for artifacts to be that are down here be used even more often. So do keep that in mind. It's currently the 8th of October, and the video will be up on the 9th, so do keep in mind it is going to be changing if you do watch this in the future. But other than that, though, I'll see you guys later on.